Next is I'm in a long-term relationship of 5+ years and recently had a first slip up. We had a little sleepover / party at a friend's house, and I ended up drunkenly making out with one of my long-term female friends. Since everyone was asleep at that time, no one knows except us. I feel like telling my girlfriend would make things very complicated and could end in a breakup, especially given the fact that I see this girl all the time and she also has become quite good friends with my girlfriend over the years. On the other hand, we feel guilty of what happened, and keeping the secret seems like a very unfair thing to do. Any advice?
So my advice is going to be from the framework of long-term focus and not preservation of the relationship. It's preservation of the relationship that I think you want to have. If your goal was, I want to remain dating this girl, it would not be
and you were just
and I'm willing
throwing
to,
away morality for a second and just going, I'm just going to try to solve for that.
It would be,
solution.
Don't tell her, because But here's what I can say: if you don't tell her, and it sounds like you're already feeling, you're going to feel guilty. It's going to insidiously infect other things. Even when you forget about it, it'll be in the back of your head as the thing that you didn't say. You'll feel like you could be exposed. You're going to have just a bit of awkwardness. And would you want her to do that with you? To treat you as if you couldn't make a decision? Because quite frankly, she deserves to choose if she wants to be with someone who slips up once every 5 years and confesses. And I think you would want the same, probably. Like, give me the option of making this. Don't be paternalistic and know what's in my best interest. So my advice would be to tell her, to say that you're sorry, you're drunk, didn't want it to happen, it won't happen again. And that you love her and want to stay with her, it sounds like. And but could not. What I would make clear is especially as you're saying this, like it's not an option for me not to tell you, because at the very least, let's say she dumps you, she will trust you, which is to me valuable in and of itself. Just knowing that, like, of all the guys that she'll ever date, the one that she'll know that she could trust was you. And I think that's in and of itself something special. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I just go golden rule, which is like, it's going to suck to tell her, but I'd want to be told. So if I have to behave the way that I want to be, I have to treat other people the way I want to be treated, right? That's seems like pretty, for me, that's like pretty foundational. So that's my whole math is I'm dating a girl for 5 years. She kissed another guy. Do I want her to hide it either because she's afraid I'll dump her or for my behalf? No, I want her to tell me, and then I'll know the truth, and then I can make my own decision about if I want to forgive her and move past it, or if I want to end a 5-year relationship because of it. But if that's what I would want, then that's what I would do, or I would try to do.
Yeah. And I suspect, I could be wrong, don't want to promise, probably won't end in a breakup. I could be wrong, but
depends how old you are.
5 years confessing to kissing someone, at least in the areas of America that I've grown up in, I've never seen anything of that nature.
Sometimes there's a temporary breakup.
Yeah.
I can think of a guy, he's engaged now, I think, but he slept with someone.
Okay, that's in Vegas. I knew. Yeah, that's different.
And they broke up for like 2 months, and they got back together, and now they're engaged.
That was like the obligatory. Yeah, that's just the obligatory. Don't do this again. Like, yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
I was just thinking if he's done it again. I don't know the answer.
No one knows.
No, he probably knows. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, cool.
We had one more, and it was actually just the total opposite perspective. Somebody wrote in, and it probably wasn't this guy's girlfriend. So I think it was another guy, but he said that his girlfriend had kissed like a mutual guy friend of theirs. And he was wondering if he should trust her and get back together, or
did she tell him?
Yep. So she told him, and then the context was that she said that she only wanted him. She was really sorry, wouldn't happen again, and he is not sure how to process that.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say no one knows if it's. I'm sure she's sorry. No one knows if it'll happen again. That's I don't know. That was my initial thought. It's that those words mean nothing in the heat of the moment because she's so upset that she's lost you. I'm not. That doesn't mean don't take her back or don't break up with her. But I'm just thinking through, without context, I couldn't possibly make a guess on if this person would or wouldn't do this again, just because they say they wouldn't.
Well, here's what I guess can say. Generally, and not always, people obviously change. That's two things are simultaneously truth. People can change and they often don't, right? So things that you can expect. She may do this again, which isn't to say that she will, but it's possible it's possible that it could happen. It's also possible that if it happened, she would tell you. And
it also might never happen again.
And it also might never happen again. So the question is, are you willing to expose yourself to the possibility that it happens again and she tells you? And it also, there's a chance that she might not tell you. And then that's your decision to make, I guess, at that level.
Yeah, I don't have strong prescriptive rules for what people should do in their relationships.
The only thing I would say, if you had said, no, I discovered, I'd be like, oh, well, you have no basis on which to trust this person at this point. Like if you discover 2 months later that it's happened, it's like, oh, great. So I found one. You know what I mean? How many did I miss? How many might I miss? At that point, trust is broken. But I think that,
well, how does this is a question. How does anybody know that they're not getting cheated on?
Well, trust, this is the thing. So you have trust for an individual, but what you really at the end of the day have is trust that you'll survive betrayal. That's the deepest trust, is like, look, if you're going to get married to someone, they're going to promise never to do something. Anytime anyone promises anything, it's like, you can't know that. Yeah. You might intend this, you might mean this, but you've never had Cristiano Ronaldo sweep you off your feet as you were walking down the street. Like, you don't know what you would do in that sort of a situation.
Well, yeah, even beyond that, I mean, people. So I guess having seen, I'm 33, I have friends ranging from like 25 to 40, and you just see a lot of crazy stories. You see people who they were dating someone, and then it turns out that person was married, and they had no idea. It's like, most people are honest, but then there are some people who are just lying all the time.
Yeah.
And you'll eventually catch them, but someone could present themselves to you one way and then not be that way. And you wouldn't know for years. And so, yeah, this is something I actually don't know. Is like, how does anybody like really know what's happening when someone's out of eyesight?
Well, I think what you have is history of difficult honesty. That's truly what you can rely on, is track record. I mean, and some people, I guess, are just perfect.
Not just with you, though.
No.
Like this person,
this is another
if you're
thing.
dating someone and they've never told a hard truth to a friend.
Yeah.
And you know that there's conflict with a friend. You're like, why don't you talk to them about it? They go, oh, no, I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to lose the friendship. It's like, okay, this is who you are. You're the kind of person who's going to avoid.
That's a red flag.
Avoid hard conversations.
Yellow to red flag.
To maintain a relationship, which means with me, you'll avoid hard conversations to maintain a relationship. Like, yeah, that's something that you could use. I don't know. I've also just seen, we lived in Las Vegas, so I'm a little bit jaded, but I've just seen so much cheating from both genders. That's like, yeah. To
me, what matters is the trust. And the trust to me is not that you can control your behavior forever, which obviously you would like. You never sleep with someone, never do this, never that. Like that's what we want. But, dude, I've seen honorable people fuck up. Like people that I trust, people that, and the question is, can you trust them going forward? And what that is based on, I think, is a track record of having come clean about difficult things and seeing that reflected in other relationships that they have. And then the other thing that I would say is, because you're likely to be a very biased source, go to a friend that you trust for things and be like, look, here's the scenario. I'm not looking for like don't dump her advice. I'm looking for, like, in terms of trustworthiness, here's the guy that we know that we both don't trust, and here's the person that where does my girlfriend rank?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very useful piece of feedback, because you need to be past the 50-yard line on that one. You need to be like,
yeah, most guys I know, though, their friends don't really know their girlfriend well.
Yeah, that might be the case. But I think that what it allows for is, and let them describe red flags. If they're like, look, I don't know, but like saw this. What do you think?
Depends how old you are. I mean, I know guys who dated girls for 5 years while we were all basically living together in college, and never had a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so that was just the dynamic of our friend group.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have literally been unable to answer this question if someone
let them say that.
came to me. Yeah.
Let them say that. Let them say, I have no fucking idea. 50-yard line. You know, like I have no basis.
And I just abstain from voting.
Somewhere I would guess in the middle.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.